Good evening, Capricorn. This read is for you. Welcome to my channel. My name is Madeleine Parker. If you would like a personal read, feel free to email me. My email link is below. Alrighty, this read is for the energy of how the current astrology is affecting the energy of Capricorn. So I keep notes on where all the planets are when I do reads for people. And so let's take a quick look at what's going on with the astrology on Capricorn right now. So we have the sun in Scorpio hitting your 11th house. We have Mercury in retrograde in Scorpio in your 11th house. We have Venus in the first house of Sagittarius, hitting your 12th house. Pluto in your first house. So take just a little brief talk about that. So I would say friendship groups from the past, probably revisiting communication, but it's in Scorpio, so it might be to do some meaningful projects or meaningful communication and projects involved with groups of people from the past, possibly coming back to revisit. But you do have your Venus in retrograde. You could be Mercury in the first house of Sagittarius, 12th house for you. You might be going on a trip with your significant other, travel, or you could be going in a very introspective period if you're single by yourself, because 12th house is a very introspective period, reevaluating what's true for you in love. Sagittarius is about the truth. We have Pluto in your first house, so you're going through a lot of identity changing, clearing away fears of who you truly are, removing the barriers, releasing attachments to things that prevent you from being entirely who you are. So let's have a quick look and see how this is going to play out with the cards here. I call in the highest guides and angels available, highest frequency guides and angels, to be with us here so that we may guide Capricorn to their highest best destiny and highest best version of themselves. Okay? Thank you, Spirit, for being here with us and enable me with the ability to read the message clearly and to convey the message clearly. Thank you, Spirit. All right, Capricorn, let's have a look and see what is in the cards for you today on this. What are we? We are November the 4th. All righty. Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, the Magician. We can start talking a little bit about that right now. That looks like, well, there's that introspective card. Mercury in retrograde is a very introspective energy as well. So it looks like Capricorn are taking a deep time right now to really study what's going on inside their heart space about what they truly want, about what's really meaningful, about what really matters. They don't just want to operate for money. They realize they've turned out of alignment, seeking, shall we say, possibly the thinking. Now the Queen of Pentacles isn't always about finances. She's out of alignment here. This can be about well, the Queen of Pentacles is Capricorn, okay? So let's go with that too. So this is possibly choices that have been made in the past that have thrown the Capricorn out of alignment as far as their finances and possibly their status or possibly projects, because that represents the material. So let's see what card comes up from the Divine card right here. Oh, good. 3 of Cups. So it looks like Capricorns are going through a transition here because they've got, these are the 4 cards that this right here is head heart alignment. So they're breaking free from ideas or thoughts that were based solely on financial independence or practical or shall we say status image, possibly looking like you've got your act together. So they're sort of reevaluating the truth. Venus in Sagittarius is sort of is the truth. Plus we've got Mercury in retrograde. So we're getting some deep inner reflection about what is going to set them free from operating solely from a position of security or seeking security, because that's another way to look at that card. Out of alignment is seeking sorts of security, or what you think in your head. Knight of Swords represents thoughts out of alignment that rush them towards financial security or option or choices that are not necessarily aligned with who they truly are. Because remember, we're talking about Pluto aligning people with their depth, the truth of who they truly are in the first house for Capricorn. And then we get the Magician here, putting you more in a sense of power. So choices that throw you out of alignment, you're breaking free from, so that you can be more in your power, and you're freed up now for new adventures and new fun. Now, it may be hard to turn away from some of these options and some of these choices. There might have been there might have been other people involved. So they're quitting something. There's the Queen of Swords. They have to be honest and quit something, because they need to open their lives up to something much more fun, and then we get the King of Pentacles at the end there, which is what the divine always wants me to say is going to bring you up a level from the Queen of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles. So let's see if there's a relationship here in this read. So look, this Nine of Cups is great. Okay, so what this means is that Capricorns are shifting from being predominantly operating out of a sense of security. There's that Tower card, a lot of change coming for Capricorn here. Reevaluating their motives for doing things, and making sure that they align with something that takes them away from so much stress and grief. So they're realizing that something has just been too hard for them, and it's been keeping them up at night worrying about it. And they're realizing that they're reevaluating their direction with this. It could be a relationship, it could be a task, it could be a job, it could be way they earn money, but they're setting themselves free and quitting something that takes them away from feeling entirely empowered. And then so Capricorns, and this is a really big upgrade for them. And then we get the Tower card. So I do think there might be some relationships, or there might be quitting some jobs, but something is happening in the life of Capricorn that they're not willing to throw themselves out of alignment for anymore, and it's enabling them to go for something they want. And look, this is the core center of the read, which is more fun, more freedom, more this is the attainment. This is a journey. This is an arrival for Capricorn. This is sort of a realization that you just don't have to do this anymore. You don't have to go through life like this anymore. You can do what, because these planets in Scorpio really are about doing what's true, what's deep, what's real. So they're quitting these out of alignment obligations, things that they do to try to make other people happy or try to make them more secure and stable, and they're kind of throwing caution to the wind and releasing these things that don't mean anything to them, their truth. And it's bringing them to a much more powerful place. Capricorn, it's good for Capricorn to be more playful, embrace chaos, release control. Now we get to the King and the Queen not facing each other. Let's have a look. Well, I think what that means for this read, it means that the Capricorns are quitting the endeavors that throw them away from, I think some of this energy that was throwing the choices that Capricorn were making that were throwing them so out of alignment possibly was creating distance in relationships for them, or creating obstacles for their true love or their relationships. And I think that and what's happening here is that their ability to attain something, because of the shift, they're really being able to reach for something more in their lives. It's freeing up it's like when you get rid of something, like an old pair of shoes, you've gotten rid of them, and then you get a new pair the next day. Like, it gives you room for a new pair of shoes. Suddenly you attract a new pair of shoes into your life. Well, this is kind of that, and it's about your life. It's like a new life. It's a new fun attainment, reaching for something higher and better, a dream. It's becoming connected to what's your true dream and operating for that, putting your energy in acquiring a dream rather than feeling obligated, I guess, or shall we say, thinking from the headspace. So Capricorns are leaving their headspace, exploring their heart space, quitting what isn't in their heart space, and resonating at a higher frequency here with this Eight of Pentacles, enabling them. So that's going to make you happier. It's going to create a lot of change. You're going to operate more from your heart space now. You're going to get more of a dream come true. You're going to realize there's safety in pursuing something that's much more joyful and fun. This is really fun read. This is really like a big deal, I think, for Capricorn, because the Temperance card, I think that's what's towering. I think this is happening now. I'm going to pull it. The Temperance card represents balancing out of the fears that are holding us back so that we can balance into materializing these things. Magician is a master materializer, and that's hitting in the divine section. So this is kind of a work and finance read, I think, mostly because we turn into the King of Pentacles here. So when the Capricorn have sort of mastered this shift and change from being obligated to something that wasn't raising their frequency, that was throwing them out of alignment, and if it wasn't even obligated, it might have even been you have obligated yourself to it, but you're setting yourself free for something you want more, going on more of an adventure. You're going to have a lot more fun. You're opening your life to more fun. You're going to have to be a little patient before you become the King of Pentacles, but it's on the way. It's happening. You're going to start a project. I think possibly from people from the past, possibly a group project coming in that is going to make you financially, set you financially free. That's the whole thing of the 11th house. That's another meaning of the 11th house is the Hope card, which is financial liberation. So there we go, speedy movement. So as soon as you release this something that's weighed you down, there's this like buoyancy that's going to come flying up in this freedom of fun. And there's the Queen of Cups, so it's going to involve your emotions. It's going to be, you're going to know because of this exploration period what's truly in your heart. So you're going to motivate from a passionate place in your heart. That's going to bring rapid movement and rapid change and rapid, shall we say, development on another project that you may have been afraid of doing. It's going to be revisited, but you have patience for this now. You see the value in it. There's something that you see the value in more. So I'm going to pull a Taoist card from my Taoist deck. Let's see what's coming out. Confidence. I cannot believe how many times I've gotten the surrender card. It's unbelievable. Almost every sign has had surrender. And if that isn't a scorpionic energy, that's the scorpionic energy, is release and surrender and let go. But let's go ahead and read it. This is a moment of awakening and relief. It is done. Step back to see the big picture instead of fighting a battle you cannot win. Stop struggling, concede, and preserve your energy for the next move. So this period of these planets in Scorpio is about you, about many signs, and Capricorn especially here with this read, of releasing situations that are throwing you out of alignment, that are not heartfelt, that is going to release you to be able to go on a journey for something even better and bigger. And the more rapid, this can happen very rapidly. The energies to support you on this new start are very rapid and strong, especially with this Pluto in your first house. So confidence, you see, Pluto in your first house is going to remove fears that stop you from being confident about who you are, from you not believing in yourself. Things are under control. You can handle this situation. Your wisdom, confidence, and courage. You are passionate and loving, but don't let your sensitivity overwhelm you. You are honorable and gifted, but remain humble. So I'm assuming some sort of success is coming for Capricorn as you release some of these toxic reasons or motives. And toxic just means just that they weren't in your best interest for you. They weren't for your best highest good. And I'm just going to pull for fun one more card from here just to see what this says, because it feels slightly unresolved. It's one more message. Holding on to your money. Well, maybe you got it. Maybe you're going to go through period now where you do have to really hold back on your money, but intuitively, spiritually, you're going to go more spiritual. Capricorn, this I did a read previously. So you want spiritual relationships, you want this is higher wisdom, connected to the higher realms, fate, fated, higher frequency, more, shall we say, higher purposed relationships, because Scorpio is all about doing what's in your heart, what's true, Sagittarius is too about what's true, but Scorpio is about what's your honest emotional truth that has meaning, deep meaning. All right, Capricorn, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful evening. Namaste.